Live from the YouTubes on a Monday, not a Sunday, because we had to switch some things up this week, as we will next week as well. So next Monday, same time, same place. Not what? This is 1 p.m. EST. Where am I, man? So the plan was to go live a little bit earlier this morning, around 11. But unfortunately, I was having some Wi-Fi problems. Just wouldn't work all that well. So I pushed it. Hopefully we stick around. Hopefully we stay up on air. But thank you guys so much for joining today. I'm seeing everybody get in the chat right now. Countdown hype time. This is the way. Let's go. What is going on, everyone who normally tunes into this every single week? Whether you're tuning in for the first time, for the fifth time, I appreciate you guys so much for joining today. We're going to talk about movies and TV, maybe do a little bit of a Marvel Disney talk because we still have some hype that is slowly dwindling down after last Thursday's investors meeting. It was absolutely insane. I also talked with Dave Lee from the Dave Lee Down Under YouTube page. I believe 3C Films and I are his first guests on his podcast. So if you guys are subscribed to Dave Lee, he actually, I believe, has Mr. Sunday Movies on his next show. So starting out with the popular people. No, man, that was so much fun. We had a great time recapping the Marvel investors meeting, the Disney investors meeting, and talking about so many great things. So Dave Lee Down Under, that was so much fun. 3C Films was on that as well. And we do have our first super chat of the day from my boy Shashank. He says, "Hi, Austin. Hope you're doing well. Have you had the chance to check out Your Honor? Brand new show on Showtime, I believe, starring Bryan Cranston. I've been hearing mixed things." No, that was one that I was hoping to watch. I didn't know if I was going to review it or not, but it looked interesting. I have heard mixed things as well, though, so hopefully we get to see it. It's tough to follow up Breaking Bad, but it is Bryan Cranston back on TV, so that's awesome. And Showtime, I think, is what that show is on. We have some people, party people. Joey saying Austin 2020. I appreciate it, Joey. Have you seen Mr. Robot? Yeah, I love Mr. Robot. Actually, haven't talked about it in a video on this channel, but I thought it was a great show, especially if the finale saved some of the lackluster seasons for sure. What's your most anticipated movie next year? I have a private list on Letterboxd of my constantly changing top 10 most anticipated for next year. And I'll tell you guys, this is the toughest 2021 anticipated list I have ever done. Now, when can you expect to see all of these lists? My best, my worst, my Netflix, my streaming, and most anticipated? Next week is the week. And actually, this week, I have two coming for you guys. My biggest surprises of 2020 and my most disappointing movies of 2020. Doesn't mean it's the worst, but most disappointing, biggest surprises. Can't wait to bring those guys to you. I've been working on it for so long now. Best film of 2020 on Netflix. You'll be seeing that next week. And favorite movie. So yeah, guys, it's that time of the year. We're getting towards the end, and we're all really hyped for these recaps. Now, different circumstances this year, because again, we didn't have as many movies in theaters and whatnot, but I watched just as many movies this year as I did last year, and I actually watched more shows. So it's actually a more cram-packed, difficult end of the year for me this year than it was last year. Hi, Austin. How are you? I'm great, stranger boy. Have you seen The Good Lord Bird with Ethan Hawke on Showtime? I think it was awesome. No, man, no. I heard great things, though. I actually watched a little bit of a behind-the-scenes video of him talking about that and kind of his passion behind it. I think he was a producer, maybe directed a few of the episodes, but man, I was so excited to watch that and just haven't done it yet. Tenet comes out on Wednesday. It does. This will be my wife's first time watching it. I can't wait to buy it. And I can't wait to hopefully get my sound system working again, because I need that sound system to watch Tenet. Colin says, thoughts on The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 7. Yeah, great. Listen, I didn't get a chance to review it individually just because that Friday, or really that Thursday, wore me out. And on the East Coast, instead of, 12 midnight, it's 3 a.m. So I'm like, I'm not waking up that early. Hey, not. And then I woke up and there were a few too many things for me to do in terms of this channel. Because again, guys, I'm getting ready for next week. It's going to be crazy. But we, of course, are going to do a season review. And we, of course, are going to talk about whatever we get with that finale. I'm so excited, guys. I have thoroughly enjoyed this season of The Mandalorian. And I can't wait to talk about it as a whole. Daquan with the super chat says, oh, thanks for the super chat, by the way, colleague. Daquan says, who would you want to direct the MCU Blade movie? And do you want it to be rated R or rated PG-13? That's a great question. I love that question. I would like to see rated R. Now, in terms of who would we get to direct? Man, that's tough. I think a David Leitch and obviously David Leitch, I believe, is the one who did Deadpool. Someone like that, an action-heavy director that could also focus on character a little bit. I know we've not seen the best character development from David Leitch, but his action is great, and I think he could handle something like that. But I want to get some phenomenal Blade v. Vampire scenes in our Blade movie, obviously with Mahershala Ali. Give him that Barry Jenkins team up. Now, I'd be interested to see what Barry Jenkins could do with action, but he's doing the Lion King prequel. Weird news. Regardless, man, I can't wait for the Blade show or the Blade movie. I cannot wait for that movie. Hey, Austin, have you seen Safety on Disney Plus? Thanks for your videos. You know, I wanted to watch Safety really bad, and I actually got a screener from Disney, but again, last week was just so hectic. There were a lot of things that I didn't get to review, and there's the new movie, I believe, Anarchy, that I didn't get a chance to review, and I wasn't going to review Songbird, but I thought this is too good of an opportunity to pass up. I've got to review Songbird because somebody's going to wonder, is Songbird worth watching? No, you should go watch that review, though. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Austin Wagner. Wondering your thoughts on S. Craig Zoller. Yes. You like Dragged the most, but which do you prefer between the other two? He's my favorite director. Oh, man. It's hard not to go with Brawl and Cell Block 99. Let me see if I have them ranked. I have a lot of private lists on Letterboxd. So let me see if I have those three movies ranked. They're very similar for me, to be honest. They're, oh my gosh, guys, S. Craig Zoller, does he have a Letterboxd? No, this is a list. So I don't have a list. Now, when you ask me Brawl and Cell Block 99 or Bone Tomahawk, it's going to vary every single day. And it's crazy to think that most people prefer Bone Tomahawk over all of his other films. I think I may have to go Brawl and Cell Block 99 over it. Just barely. Bone Tomahawk is a great movie, but Brawl and Cell Block 99 gave me a new perspective on Vince Vaughn. And from then on out, you know, you look at Vince Vaughn's performances, he's phenomenal. And I just love that movie a little bit more so. But again, Dragged Across Concrete, phenomenal film. They're all three great, and I think he's a very underrated director, Austin. I really do. Nice name, by the way. It's a good name. Let me make sure we don't have any more super chats, guys. Tim Miller for Blade. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Tim Miller. I mentioned David Leitch, who I think did Deadpool 2. Let's get the Deadpool 1 director. That would be cool. Overrated director. That's tough. I mean, right now, I don't know if he's overrated, but lately Tim Burton hasn't really given me anything. Not anything at all. I think Tim Burton is maybe a bit overrated when you look at his more recent stuff compared to his older stuff. And man, that is just not, he just hasn't really worked for me. But I think back in the day, he was great. Wolf Walkers is awesome. Oh, great, Ryan. I'm glad you watched it. I know you scored an 84. We are again on the same page. Absolutely gorgeous film. And excited to see Pixar Soul this month, as you should be. Both movies are great. Wolf Walkers was a huge surprise. Maybe it's on my most surprising movies of 2020. Stay tuned for that this week. I'm trying not to give anything away, y'all. By the way, hey, if you're just tuning in, if you've been here for a bit, and you wanna drop a thumbs up on this vid, man, I can't tell you how much I was thankful for you all tuning in to Thursday's live investor meeting. Now, if you didn't see, Disney did block the video for about 3 hours, but we got it back. Turns out they only blocked it for 30 seconds of the 3-hour footage. So we got that cut out. We brought it back. But I got so many great responses for that video. And the likes, I know my goal for every live stream is to hit 100. I got more than I've ever gotten. Granted, a lot of people were searching that in the YouTube search bar. But for you guys that are always consistent on this live stream, for supporting this live stream, and supporting my videos throughout the week, I've noticed more of these on all the videos. And again, guys, I can't tell you how much it helps the channel. And we're growing. We hit 76. We're getting closer to 77. And I think that part of that is because you guys have been so supportive. So I can't thank you enough. And we're going to keep hitting those milestones. I was hoping maybe we can get close to 80 before Christmas. But again, guys, I appreciate all of your thumbs up. Hey, we have a super chat. From the Pandemonium 44, who says, how do you have the time to watch all the movies and TV you do, and also running your own YouTube page and being married? The married part is tough because that takes a lot of time. Love you, honey. You are my hero in time management. Here's the thing, though, and it's crazy you say that. I actually think time management is one of the things that I do watch a lot, and I am constantly, my eyes are glued to a television screen. But time management is something that I still feel like personally I need to work on. Because I'm so jumbled, because I have so much going on, and I get distracted so easily. My wife's always like, "Oh, come on, you're doing something. Stop doing 3 other things." That's just the way I am, But with balancing watching things and doing the YouTube channel, and then I have some jobs that I do on the side to help out friends and whatnot. And obviously I'm going to get paid for them because I ain't going to do anything for free. But no, and then, trying to be a good husband and be a good dog father, because we've got Buddy, who, by the way, we went to, we visited my wife's parents and brought home a lot of fleas recently. So that's fun, bathing him constantly. But but that is one of the tough parts about doing this is I wish I could do what Dwayne Johnson did and clone myself, because he obviously cloned himself. That's how he's making so many movies, right? I wish I could do that. I need to get better. I do. But I love it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it, and I wouldn't do it if you guys weren't so supportive. So I appreciate the super chat, and I appreciate all of you guys supporting the channel for sure. We do have another super chat. Let me make sure I don't miss this from Shashank, my boy. Super excited for your Soul review. That is this week, by the way. Would you say it's a slightly more heavy Pixar movie? I would say it's heavy. It is a heavy movie in general, even not compared to some of the other Pixar films. It is a heavy movie, because we're dealing with things that you don't often see in films, and then we're presenting it to families before death, after death, death. We're presenting that to what seems to be the target audience of kids, but we also combine in all of those elements that make a great family film, but also one that's going to leave you emotional, and there are a lot of things that I can't wait to talk about. Again, my review's coming this week, Shashank, so stay on the lookout, stay tuned for that. But I can't wait to talk about it. And I can't wait to do a little update on my Pixar tier list. I may need to see Soul again before that. I think I still have my screener. I'll have to check and make sure. I thought it expired, but I guess it didn't. Let's see. One of your favorite animated blockbusters from Frank, if it'll come up on screen. Yes, from Frank. What are your favorite animated blockbusters? Well, I don't have them in order, and I don't have a secure list. But some of my favorites include The Incredibles, Toy Story, The Iron Giant is one of my favorites, Emperor's New Groove, The Lion King, the OG, The Lion King, Shrek, Shrek 2, How to Train Your Dragon, and then you get in Studio Ghibli like Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke. They're just, My Neighbor Totoro, there are just so many phenomenal, Akira, there's so many phenomenal animated films. I would love to do an all-time animated movie list. I may have already done one, but I'd love to do it in tier list format. But in terms of ranking them, that's tough. My top ones of all time are, Spider-Verse, of course. Spider-Verse, Incredibles, Toy Story, Spirited Away. That's kind of my 4 that I always go back to. But you can throw in all the ones that I just mentioned in there as well. John, what's up, John? How you doing, man? Have you been watching Reunited Apart with Josh Gad? So I've seen, which ones did I watch? I watched Back to the Future. I watched Ferris Bueller. I haven't seen more of the recent ones, though. I watched them when we first got in the midst of the pandemic. The recent ones, though, I'd like to get back on board with. I know he did one recently, and those are just so much fun. If you guys have nostalgia for some of these movies, getting to see the cast come back together and reunite and talk about their films in a beautiful way is some of the most fun I've had on YouTube over the pandemic. So I think that's a great series that Josh Gad is doing for sure. Paul Joseph says, like the video, guys. Thank you, Paul, man, for always being so supportive. I appreciate you, man. I know you're one of the first likes on all my videos, and you're always some of the first comments, so I appreciate you, man. Let's see. Vince Vaughn was great in both, but great in 99. Yes. Also, it seemed like he really enjoyed himself in Freaky this year. Yeah, Freaky was great. And then the war film with Andrew Garfield, Hacksaw Ridge, he was in Fighting with My Family. Vince Vaughn, I'll tell you what, guys, he's been crushing it over the last couple of years. Absolutely crushing it. So I can't wait to see what his career continues to do. Underrated actor in terms of drama. But Freaky, obviously, he was comedy. He was fantastic. Where were you surprised Lock and Key got another season? The tone was a bit light. Yeah, I liked Lock and Key. I wasn't like overwhelmed by it. I am not surprised, though. I think that was a big hit with a lot of people. What just got canceled? Oh, Hellstrom, Marvel's Hellstrom on Hulu. They just announced right before I started that got canceled, which I'm not shocked by. I think I even said in my review that it probably wouldn't make it another season because the whole Marvel merger and then the show just didn't really nail what it was going for. But I'll tell you what, shows left and right are getting canceled. We got to stay tuned, man, because you never know, especially Netflix. You never know what they're going to cancel. So I hope they don't continue to do it. Let's see. Did the movie Soul make you cry? I didn't cry. I normally don't cry in movies. I know that sounds like he doesn't cry in movies. I get a little emotional, maybe get a little tear up, but I didn't cry, but I definitely got emotional. And no joke, it's the first movie all year because of how cool it was, showing us what they showed us in the way that they showed us. I actually got chills. Just who thought of this? Now, obviously Pixar, the OGs, right? They thought of it. But how do you think of something like this? Like Soul is just a cool, emotional, but cool movie. So yeah, I actually got chills watching the movie. So I can't wait for you guys to check it out. Coco or Soul? Oof. Those are the two for me. That's right where Soul is. I got Coco, I got Soul, vice versa. I'm trying to figure it out. I've got an order on my Letterboxd. I might switch it. Both are spectacular. It's tough because I've seen Coco so many times. They're right there, though. Cole. I've combined them. Coco and Soul. They are two of my favorite Pixar movies now. And I go back and forth. So right there on that level of quality, if you're a fan of Coco, very different movie, but I think Soul is right there. Let's keep going here, guys. Have you heard Hans Zimmer's Open Road from Wonder Woman 1984? It's great. And do you think he'll be a competitor for the Oscars? I hope so. I have heard it. It's phenomenal. I really hope. And you never know because it's a superhero film, and I know they usually go the John Williams route with Star Wars, but I would love to see it. But again, they didn't give Silvestri a nomination for Endgame. I don't know if they're going to give Zimmer, but yeah, man, that Wonder Woman score. That's one of my most anticipated things about that movie is hearing that music. Austin, which animes have you recently watched, and which ones did you like? I am watching Attack on Titan right now to do a full season review when it's over. So, yeah, I like that one a lot. Prior to that, there was a Netflix one that I watched. I can't remember if I actually reviewed it or not. Man, I haven't watched a ton just because everything that I watch, I normally watch it to review it. I don't get a lot of free time watches anymore. That's one of the downsides of having a movie YouTube channel. It's like, I want to watch Goodfellas. Well, you have 3 screeners, Austin. You don't have time. So that's kind of how my days go now. I haven't rewatched a lot of movies this year, unfortunately. And then throw in the TV shows, and that's 10 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours. So unfortunately, I haven't watched a ton, but my one right now is Attack on Titan, and we'll be doing a full series review because I can't wait. Which is the worst Star Wars movie? Attack of the Clones. No hesitation. Attack of the Clones. That's the worst. Well, I didn't love the animated Clone Wars film, but Attack of the Clones. But it's crazy because you go from Attack of the Clones to the Revenge of the Sith, which I'm a huge fan of. So a little bit back and forth, but Attack of the Clones, not huge on the Phantom Menace. Honestly, not huge on Rise of Skywalker. Those are kind of the ones that I'm just like, yeah, right, cool. Star Wars, it's still Star Wars, so I still watch them. But but I'll tell you what, I love Anakin in those movies. Attack of the Clones, I can't wait to see him come back, man. That is awesome. Let's see. Would you put Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2 in your favorite summer blockbusters list? That came out in the summer, right? Yeah, because I love it. So yeah, I guess so. It's tough because Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, we're working our way through Harry Potter right now. I really want to do a Harry Potter tier list within the next month. So as soon as Madison and I finish, I'll give you guys my favorite and my least favorite. But yeah, definitely, because it's one of my favorites, probably top 3. I definitely put it in my favorites. Let's see. Christopher Nolan's Logan. Wow. James Mangold's The Dark Knight. Which would I choose? 2 of my top 3 favorites of all time. Which would I choose? I think I just don't see anybody else pulling off The Dark Knight. I really don't see anybody else pulling off Logan, but if I had to choose, I would go Nolan's Logan. But again, I just don't know if his style would fit all that well. That's tough because it's two drastically different directors. I don't know. You might have to come back to me, but I would probably go Nolan's Logan just because The Dark Knight is my favorite film of all time. So that's a very tough choice. It's a good question, though. But it's a very tough choice. I like this. Film Opinions is 9 days a 2020 release. So this is tough because I currently have 9 days on my 2020 list because I've watched it. Because this is like 5 film festivals that have had it. But I normally say I like to do it wide release. Now, 9 days is now pushed to next summer. It's now getting wide released next summer. But I also said all of those things prior to when I, started going to film festivals, right? Before film festivals, I'd say, well, I'm never going to get to see it early. But now that I got to see it at a film festival, I'm like, do I keep it on my 2020 list or do I move it to my 2021 list? Because I saw it far back in 2020. I'm still deciding. I don't know yet. For me personally, that's going to be different for everyone. If you have a way, it may differ from my way. But right now, it is on my 2020 list. You may see it leave, though. That's the only one I'm considering. Pieces of a Woman, okay. I've already seen it, but it does drop on like January something. So, okay, I'm going to keep it on 2020. But some of these others that are pushed to like next summer, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Collie Wally says, I like that. Overlooked film Faults, 2015. Great dark comedy. Faults. All right. Let's go to Letterboxd. Faults. And I'm going to add that to my watch list, my friend. I love a good movie recommendation. If you guys ever have a good movie recommendation for me, I'll take it. I'll take it because Faults. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Well, that is officially, it's got pretty good reviews. That is officially added to my watch list. I appreciate it, Collie Wally, man. I love a good dark comedy. That's for sure. John says, what movie quote do you use most in your life? Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around every once in a while, you could miss it, man. That's Ferris Bueller. That's the quote for me. That's the quote that I've always used. It's the quote I will continue to use. And I just absolutely love that movie so much. That was even my senior quote. You know how everyone does a senior quote? That was my senior quote. Life moves pretty fast. Jaron Talks Movie says, hey, Jaron, what's going on, man? Glad I could hop into another one of your streams. You're having a blessed day, man. I hope you're having a blessed day. Thank you, Jaron. I appreciate your support, man. And I love having you on the social medias and seeing your channel grow as well. That's great. Jaron Talks Movies. He talks movies. He's got a good channel. He also did, which I was able to check out your live stream, my friend. I went back to it, did a live stream during the Investors Day meeting. So that was fun. God, what a fun Thursday that was, guys. Hey, Austin, do you agree that the entire main cast of Parasite gave Academy-level performances? It's a shame none of the cast got nominated. I agree with you. It is a shame. Now, last year was tough in terms of Best Actor. There were so many choices, but it is an absolute shame. Sorry, I've got my drink here, my Starbucks cup here. That's good. It's nice. It's very palatable. That's a word, right? Yeah, I believe there were multiple that should have got a nomination. I wish they had some sort of an ensemble award. Now, I know they do it at other award shows, but in terms of an Oscar, to celebrate a cast like that, and obviously they got Best Picture, so they were celebrated, but more goes into it than just a good cast for Best Picture. To have an ensemble award, I think would be awesome for the Oscars. But again, Parasite, man, I have to rewatch that movie. I can't wait to rewatch that movie because I loved it so much. Life or Death question. It's Four Christmases, a top 25-ish Christmas movie, in my opinion. It's a yearly watch. Please educate the uninformed. IDK why people don't like it. I don't actually hate, well, I know that's kind of where you were saying, but I don't actually hate Four Christmases. My wife loves Four Christmases. And I know it got skewered by critics at the time and this and that, but I actually enjoy the movie. Now, whether it's top Christmas movies, top 25, I would say so. For sure. I don't even know if I have it rated on Letterboxd, but it's a pretty good movie, man. It's cute. It's fun. There's another one. What's the other one? I know a lot of people don't like this. Matthew Broderick. Is it Deck the Halls? Is that the name of the movie? Something like, or Christmas with the Cranks. That's it. I actually like that movie too. I have a few kind of, a lot of people don't like it. I like it as a Christmas movie, so that's great. Thomas Jones, just subscribe to you on Patreon. Yeah, Thomas, I looked at my emails yesterday because we were out last weekend. And I saw that a Thomas Jones subscribed to me on Patreon, man. I'm going to shoot you a message. I don't know if you shot me one yet. I'm going to shoot you a message, fill you in on some things, and maybe we'll see if we can do some live streams on Patreon. But man, thank you so much. Hey, to who wants to help out, that is a way to help out the channel. This is my full-time gig, and obviously super chats and whatnot. But hey, Thomas, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate you. Are you excited for Cobra Kai season 3? Yeah, maybe in my maybe Netflix right now. I have a little screener for it, so might be watching it today. Who knows, guys? I'm so excited. I've already filmed a video to put out before Cobra Kai, kind of my excitement level. But I may be watching Cobra Kai, y'all. I can't wait. Listen, I think the embargo is the 28th, so on the 28th of December, got to be locked the review. Oh, I can't wait, y'all. I love Cobra Kai so much. And my parents watched it over the last 10 days and loved it. So feel good when you get a recommendation. And Austin Wagner. Already did that one. Sorry, just click on you again. Have you watched Attack on Titan? I already talked about it. I am going to do a full season review. Hopefully, maybe like a tier list or something like that. But as soon as we get that finished off, yeah, I can't wait. Okay, here's a tough question. Emilio says, who do you think gave a better performance, Viola Davis or Vanessa Kirby? I have watched both movies. I have watched Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Pieces of a Woman. You saw my Oscar video yesterday. I went with Viola Davis, but who do I personally prefer? It's still extremely tough. I'm still going to go Viola Davis. She is overwhelming in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and not in a bad way. Just the air gets sucked out of the room when she comes on screen because she is a presence, man. She is a presence. And I was so like Frances McDormand all the way. But now I don't know how you don't give it to Viola Davis or what Vanessa Kirby does. Can't wait for you guys. She's vulnerable. She is awesome. It's a beautiful film. It's an emotional film. It's almost like this year's Manchester by the Sea. So, guys, that movie is going crazy. Worst superhero movie by Mr. Foster. My least favorite is Batman and Robin. I don't know if I can call that the worst because you have like Superman 4 and Supergirl, the 80s, and the really bad Captain America. But those are kind of easy. Those are movies that didn't even come out in theaters, right? Batman and Robin has just always been my least favorite. I loved it as a kid. Started watching it growing older, and I'm just like, woof. Yeah, not good, guys. So that's the one I always go with. But man, there's been some bad superhero movies. That's why when people say like, oh, Batman and Superman is the worst superhero movie of all time, or Thor: The Dark World, and I'm just like, guys, listen, they're not great movies. I've kind of come around Batman and Superman, but have you seen the 90s Fantastic Four? Have you watched Supergirl? Like, these movies are a lot probably haven't. These movies are just woof. It's just not good, guys. I love how the questions have gotten better since the first time you live streamed. You're educating us. Hey, listen, guys, I'll tell you what. That's another thing is the questions have genuinely gotten a lot better since the first time I live streamed. Like, I'm getting crazy, just like different questions, and I got to start catching up on the super chats, guys. But I appreciate the differential in all the questions that I get all the time. Cam on camera, did I miss this one? I don't think I did. I hope your day is going well. Did Soul make you cry? Did I already get that one? I feel like I already got that question. Yeah, I think I did. Soul did not make me cry, but again, the emotion is so strong in Soul. And I think we've actually missed some super chats because we've went so fast here. The emotion is so strong in Soul, but I actually did not physically cry during the film. So I did have some super chats here, guys, that I can't put up on screen because they're actually gone. Let me get through the ones I can put on screen, and then we'll get to the ones that are actually Good. Oh, can you see me? Can you hear me? Are we okay? Is everybody all right? Okay. Am I back? Am I back, guys? Yeah. Remember when I said the no, it's actually someone said the camera. I'm actually having really bad Wi-Fi problems right now. So we might go a little quicker. Go a little quicker than we normally do. Yeah, 11. It's where I couldn't go at 11 because it just did. I don't know. It keeps disconnecting from my Wi-Fi. My computer does. So I don't know if there's people outside doing something, but I just missed a lot of those super chats, which are off the screen now. So let me catch up on those super chats. So we have Soheil with the super chat. Thank you so much, Soheil. Hey, I said I forgot to type a super chat, or I send a super chat, forgot to type the question. I'll be on the lookout for you. Shoot me that question. You don't have to do another super chat. TJT Reviews. Thoughts on Steve Irwin? Who should play him in a biopic? Ooh, who should play him in a biopic? I think I actually, did I mention a Steve Irwin biopic in one of my recent live streams? Like, what would be a good biopic? I think I said Steve Irwin. Who would play him? The villain in Love and Monsters. You remember the villain in Love and Monsters? Did you guys see that movie? I wanted to say Chris Hemsworth, but that's like, it doesn't have to be an Australian actor. I think the villain in Love and Monsters would actually be a really good choice. I can't remember the actor's name, but that would be a pretty good, like, all right, we're going to go Steve Irwin biopic, get somebody who's not as well known. I think that would be a good choice, guys. And let me know if I'm staying up or going down. But yeah, let me go back to some of the super chats that I missed. Again, can't put them up on screen because they're gone now because I've gotten so many questions. But I'm going to catch up really, really quick. So we have Parasite. Life or Death. We have, okay, so we have John Poffenbarger, who says, I'm saying right, Poffenbarger. Favorite last shot in a movie. I like the warehouse scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark and the ambiguous thing in tough loss last night. Yeah, talking about the Steelers. Yeah, I mean, we're decimated. Until we get healthy, we ain't going to win a game. We are missing 7 people on defense and our entire offensive line. And our offensive coordinator sucks, but that's besides the point. Yeah, let's favorite last shot in a movie. Well, I love At the End of the Dark Knight, John. I love At the End of the Dark Knight. It's Joel Edgerton for Steve Irwin. That's great. I love when Commissioner Gordon's giving that line of dialogue and it just zooms out and says, The Dark Knight, boom. Any Christopher Nolan ending is fantastic. One of my favorite endings, though, is Arrival. I love the way that ends with the music and, the fact that they implement that with the story so well. I'm going to try not to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but we'll say modern ending is Arrival. Oh, gosh, guys, is the Wi-Fi bad again? Yeah, guys, listen, there's nothing I can do. Get new Wi-Fi. I can't. Spectrum is the worst. So we're gonna have to stick with what we got. Sorry. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Let's keep going. We got Mike Rawlin, who I can't put on screen. Have you watched the show Evil? First season is on Netflix, and I thought it was surprisingly good. Can't wait for season 2. So that's one that I remember almost reviewing. Didn't get to review it. I almost reviewed it. I actually liked the first episode, but I got so busy that weekend that I didn't get a chance to finish it. So that's definitely one that I'd like to get to eventually. I can't promise anything because, again, it's just is tough to get through everything. But I appreciate the super chat. Big time, Mike, as always, my friend. Let's see. Are you panicking about the Steelers? No, we're just not healthy, man. We're not healthy. We're missing 7 defensive players. Last night, we were down to our final 4 offensive linemen. There was nobody else on the field, so we would have had to send out some guy from the stands to be on the offensive line. So, no, I'm not panicking. We need to get healthy. If we're not healthy, we're not going to win. That's just the way it goes. So if we're not healthy by the time the playoffs comes, it's not going to happen. But that's football. That's football. Ben had a bad game, but it's his first bad game all year. He's been our saving grace, so I'm not going to fault him for that. He had no protection. So yeah, I'm not panicking yet. We're still in the playoffs. I just want to rest, y'all. Get in a cold bath. Fix the problem because yeah, if we're not healthy, we're not going to win for sure. Hotspot. Yeah, we ain't got good signal here either. That's one of the downgrades of living in Kentucky. So hotspot ain't going to do me very much. Let me make sure I didn't miss any other super chats. Thoughts on Gandhi, 1982. Man, Where did I watch that? I think I actually watched that in high school. It wasn't even in my film classes in college. I think I watched that in high school. It's been a long time. I remember the performance being outstanding. I remember the movie being really, really good, but I wasn't as invested. I wasn't as invested um, as I would be now. As someone who loves movies much more so than I did, I wasn't as invested. Sorry, guys, I'll get to the other super chats here in just a second. I know I got a bunch while I was gone. Ryan says, "Don't worry, Austin. Throw some Steelers. Love from Canada. We're going to lose at least one game. It's crazy." Yeah, you can't. There's many people that have gotten injured. I'm surprised we've won 11 games and are in the playoffs. It's insane. Oh, Aaron with Streamlabs. Yeah, guys, we got our first Streamlabs question of the day. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Another way to do it, and another way that I can put up on the screen no matter what, is actually something called Streamlabs, and we've got one from Aaron. So let me refresh this page and go ahead and get this out of the way before we keep catching up on our super chats. So change of pace, because I know you know me. I recently pre-ordered The World of Wong Kar. Oh man, that's a. I don't even know if anybody knows what that film is, but yeah, okay. Are you a fan of his work? And if you would consider doing a first watch video on this great director. Yeah, so I haven't seen near as much as I should. And I didn't know so it's called The World of Wong Kar-wai. So that's his entire film collection on Criterion. That's cool. I mean, that's a great way to get caught up. So there are a lot of directors, and I guarantee nobody knows who that is watching this. If you guys do know who that is watching this live stream, then I would be very impressed. But again, Aaron, it's just one of those things. It's like, it's hard to go back and watch a lot of these films because I just don't have time. And I hate to say it like that. It seems like an excuse, but it's one of those, it's one of those things that I want to catch up on. I mean, there's even Scorsese movies. That I haven't seen, which is why I never did the Scorsese tier list. I've seen most of his films, but I haven't seen all of his films. So I would love to go back, especially a director of that caliber. I want to make sure I'm saying the name right, so I'm not going to keep saying it. But yeah, that's definitely one I need to catch up on, because I think I've only seen 2 or 3 of his films, to be honest with you. Yeah, Aaron, listen, man, yeah. First watch video director. No, probably not. I don't know if that would be that people would care about. Unfortunately, there are a lot of first watch videos that I would love to do. Some movies that are more prevalent and relevant. Yeah, I would love to do some first watches, but I want to make sure it's not something that, let's make people think I'm watching Indiana Jones for the first time. I've seen Indiana Jones. I'm not going to do that. Maybe like my wife's first watch on Indiana Jones. That would be something cool, because she hasn't seen a lot of movies, but I've seen a lot of those films. So it would have to be the right movie for sure. We're going to leave that up though, guys. Aaron, always a great supporter of this channel, man. I appreciate your questions big time. And leave that up just in case I get another Streamlabs, so we can just kind of cut right to that. Let's see. So we're going back to the super chats that I missed, because I don't want to miss any. And we've got John, movie quote. Let's see. Life or Death, 4 Christmases, Evil, and then Lost in the Reel. So Lost in the Reel, long time commenter on this channel. I appreciate you, and a great YouTube channel. Hey, Austin, what are some of your favorite obscure holiday films? Also, cannot wait for your Promising Young Woman review. Yes, my review for Promising Young Woman is coming out tomorrow. If you guys saw my Letterboxd list, is on there. It's one of my favorites of the year. Really high up, top 10. But in terms of obscure holiday films, that's tough. I know a lot of people like Krampus. I like any kind of darker Christmas film. Black Christmas, the original, not the remake. The original, not the remake. It's bad. Krampus I didn't love, but something like that I think is interesting. I don't know exactly what, though. I don't know exactly what would be a good obscure holiday film. That's tough. That's really tough. But thank you for the super chat. AJ Taylor, thoughts on Chinatown? That's a nice one. Would love a review on it. Yeah, probably. I think that would be one for Patreon. Again, something like that. I just don't know how many people would tune into a review like that, unfortunately. Again, I say unfortunately because Chinatown is genuinely a really good movie, like a really good movie. But I will have to watch it again to give you a score. So You see some of these films on my Letterboxd that don't have scores. Those are ones that I need to go back, revisit. Is it an 8? Is it a 9? Is it a 7? Is it an 8? Rewatch it, give you guys a score. Just finished The Last Kingdom from Big Play 08. Big Play 08 said, super chat, just finished The Last Kingdom, new all-time favorite. That's awesome. The Last Kingdom is a fantastic show. One that I made sure to recommend with my newest review. I did review the latest season on this channel, but it's one I had to catch up on. I'd heard great things about it. Everybody's like, oh, this show's like Vikings. I'm like, all right, let's see. It was really good. So that's one that I was able to catch up in time for a new review. Shashank again says, saw The Shining for the first time yesterday. Incredibly powerful film. I never watch horror, so that was pretty extreme. Yeah, that's a pretty scary movie too to watch for the first time, Shashank. Yeah, I love The Shining. I really do. Really most of his films I'm a big fan of, but I'm also a big fan of Dr. Sleep. I'm a big fan of Dr. Sleep. The loose follow-up to The Shining. I thought it was really, really good. Let me see. Let me make sure here. We got Gandhi. All right. So we're getting caught up on the super chats that I missed. Have you seen Master of None? Jarrett? Master of None is one that I've never done a review on. I have never done a review on. So yeah, that's one that I haven't been able to see, Jared. I'm sorry. I can't, I've watched a little bit of it, a couple episodes here and there. But until I watched the entirety of the show, but what I've seen, I liked. I really like, what's his name? The main character. I like him a lot. And, see that, man, it's just, there's so much I've got to watch, guys. John says, appreciate you rolling with the punches today through the bad Wi-Fi. Thank you, John, man. I'm going to have to call Spectrum and be like, what's going on here? Love the channel. I get to see Wonder Woman 1984 at a sneak preview tomorrow. Yeah, excited. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Man, I can't wait to watch Wonder Woman. I can't wait to watch it. I am such a big fan of that film, of the first film. And I've been excited for the sequel for so long. A little less excited now because it's like, I've been pushed back so long, but I still cannot wait to see that movie, man. It's going to be so awesome. Did you watch the Steelers versus Washington game? No, I am a Steelers fan, but I didn't watch the game. Of course I watched the game. Come on. But again, they're decimated. I'm going to wait till they're healthy. But if they don't get healthy by the playoffs, they ain't going to win. So we'll just have to see. But come on. Of course I watched that game. What a question. Come on. Did you end up seeing Fat Man Jackson? Better question, Jackson. No. I actually saw Sean Chandler. He gave it a pretty good review, didn't he? So, yeah, I'm going to have to watch Fat Man. I'm interested on the crazy Christmas spin. That'll be one of those Christmas obscure Christmas movies. So I'm interested to see what happens with that. Let's see. I think we've caught up on the super chats, guys. Do you think the Clone Wars ending is perfect? Because it isn't. It's beyond perfection. I think it. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's perfect. As I drink my green drink here. Yeah. Okay. That's delicious. It's green. It's carbonated. And it's a drink. That's incredible. What is it? I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Austin, are you a fan of the YouTube channel, The Oscar Expert? Like them a lot. Yeah. We just talked to each other on Twitter the other day. Yeah, I'm a big fan. They have a fun channel. Love their opinions. Disagree with them sometimes. That's okay. I think that's part of the beauty of this business. And I like watching them. They're super entertaining. Any channel that handles and deals with the Oscars like that, I think is great. And they were some of the first ones that I saw on YouTube that focused on the Oscars. So this is great. It really is great. Jackson, thoughts on a Yoda show? It'd be interesting. I don't think there's any need for it right now, but I also would have said 5 years ago, well, there's not really any need for a Boba Fett show. But then we saw some things, I guess I won't say what. And now I'm like, yeah, I'm on board. If we ever get one, who knows? So, yeah. Any rom-com movie recommendation for teenagers? There are a couple, actually, just from this year. I like quite a bit. The first, gosh, what's the name? Not The Kissing Book, the good one. What's the good one? I can't remember the name of it right now. There are actually a couple on Netflix. So go to my Netflix Letterboxd list. Not 2020. My 2020 Netflix movies ranked, and you'll find some of the better ones. There's actually 2 or 3 from this year that I've quite enjoyed, and the beautiful thing about that is you can find them there in the convenience of your own home. Yeah, there we go. To All the Boys. I like that movie. I like that movie. And that's another one, Paul. That's another one, the half of it. That's another one. Both of those are in my top portion of this year's Netflix movies. And they're both teenage rom-coms. So I think there's some pretty good ones. There's also some bad ones. Don't watch The Kissing Booth. Don't watch it. It's bad. To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Yep, that's the one. I know I just clicked on that. It's my birthday today. Fire and Ice. Happy birthday. That's awesome. Listen, go buy yourself a pop figure, but don't do what I did and get addicted to pop figures. I blame 3C Films for getting me addicted. He actually bought me my first pop figure, by the way. Bought me my first pop figure. And now look at what you've done to me, Chris. You and Chris, hey, speak of the devil, my two biggest inspirations. So Naturally Film Strippers is my favorite podcast. Yeah, man, we got to get back on that. It's just, end of the year. We've been so busy, and we do spoiler reviews on that channel, and there have just not been any movies to do spoiler reviews for. So Chris and I have already talked about it. Next year, we have to get back on Film Strippers when we'll have consistent movies, when we'll have consistent news. We're going to try our best to blow that channel up next year. That's kind of our goal. But right now, with the pandemic and not very many movies, and up until Thursday, not that much news. We're kind of taking a break. But Jaron, I appreciate you, man. I love doing that podcast. We have so much fun. What do you think of Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Well, I'll tell you what. I know that they renewed it for 4 more seasons. It's insane. I know, what is it going to be on season 18? Like, that is a wild, for a live action show, that is a wild sentiment. And it's great. What I've seen of it is great, but I've not seen all of it. Thoughts on Big Mouth? Yeah, so I said I was going to do a Big Mouth review, and again, I just got so caught up on things. I think the show's funny. It's dirty. You got to get used to it. Didn't love the last season, but what I've seen of this new season, I've thoroughly enjoyed. So I do think Big Mouth is at least a show worth watching if you like a show like that. And if you don't like a show like that, you will not like Big Mouth. I'm telling you that right now. Hey, guys, by the way, before we go, we have about 10 more minutes. If you're watching and you want to drop this vid a thumbs up, and I know we have some new people, so I just wanted to mention it. So the goal for these videos is always to get to 100 likes. We're only at 44, so I don't think we're going to make it today, but that's okay. Hey, it's a Monday. It's a very busy Monday, and it's a Wi-Fi impacted Monday, so I completely understand. But I love trying to get these videos to 100 likes, because it really does. It helps out this series. It helps out the channel. So if you'd like to do that, and for all of my videos, anytime I get support like that, I really appreciate you guys. Hey, we're at 50 now, so that's good. No, I appreciate you guys so much. Arisa says, I did 45. And all the questions today have been spectacular. Again, apologies for the Wi-Fi. I hate when stuff like that happens. Thoughts on Minari and Another Round? I've got Minari, that review, maybe this week. I'm kind of waiting for that theatrical thing to... When's it coming wide? When's everybody going to get to see it? Another Round I haven't seen yet. That and Wonder Woman are the last two movies that I want to see. So we'll see what happens there. We have, please answer, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Yeah, we have Daniel. I got to answer this. It's Elf. Come on, I grew up with Elf. I was 9 when the movie came out. And Jon Favreau is the director. I love Jon Favreau. And I've watched it every year since it's been out. I've watched it 2 or 3 times of the year sometimes. And it's always weird when I don't watch it around Christmas. But I just think the movie is so funny. And it has everything you want in a Christmas movie. It's dumb. It is dumb. But I still love it. And I love watching it. Man, there are a lot of good Christmas movies, but I have to go Elf. Did you hear about District 9 director Neil Blomkamp's new psychological horror film? I did hear about it. And I'll tell you what, I am interested to see what kind of movie it is. Blomkamp, he came out of he was swinging with his first movie, man. District 9 was a baller film. It was so good. And then after that, it's just kind of like, all right, Chappie. Wasn't a big Chappie guy. So we'll have to see what this movie is. But if he's stripping things down and going back to basics, man, I can't wait to see what he does. I really can't. How many times have you seen Fight Club? Not very many, to be honest with you. Not very many at all. It's one of those that I just never went back and rewatched a lot. But I've seen it enough to know that it's one of my favorite movies of all time. David Fincher, whether it's let's not, we're Let's not ask the question 1,000 times, guys. Come on. It's David Fincher. David Fincher, Denis Villeneuve, Christopher Nolan. Those are the directors that I could watch so many times. And every time I watch their top movies, the better they get. So like Seven has gotten so much better for me. Fight Club has gotten better the few times that I've watched it. And especially The Social Network. So all of these films continue to resonate with me. Fight Club is one that I have to see more, for sure. How did you watch Soul? Disney sent me a screener for it. Didn't think they would. I was very, you're always like, I don't know if I'm actually going to get one or not. And I didn't get one at first, but then I eventually got one, and I was very, very happy that they sent me one just so I could bring you guys a good review this week. And I can't wait to bring you guys that review. It's going to be awesome. Austin, I love these. What movie should I watch next? All right, we're going to go random with this one. What movie should I watch next? I'm trying to think of a very random one. Let's go with Bo Burnham's 8th Grade. Let's go with Bo Burnham's 8th Grade. If you've not seen it. Now, if you've seen it, you need to watch something you've never seen. Bo Burnham's 8th Grade is a great, wonderful, beautifully directed film. One of the best A24 movies. And there's my recommendation. I think you're really, really going to love it. Yeah, Jax, spammers not allowed. Please leave. Yeah, try not to spam, guys. Full Metal Jacket and Goodfellas director swap super. Oh man. Oh, I don't know, man. I would go. I'd probably go Scorsese's Full Metal Jacket. Goodfellas is the perfect movie to me. I just don't think you can. I don't think you can have Goodfellas directed by anybody else. So I would go Scorsese's Full Metal Jacket. That's tough, though. That's tough. That's a good one. Let's see. 8th Grade was so good. Yeah, I just watched a couple weeks ago. 8th Grade I've seen, but it's amazing. So 8th Grade it is. Yeah, what a great movie, guys. I always think of these films. I always think of these films and that I love and I haven't seen in a while. And, I'm like, I just need to find time to go back and rewatch some of these, man. There's so many films that I wanted to rewatch this year. Do you have any new thoughts on me? Personally, it's grown on me much more over time, and I can't stop thinking about it. It's been super revealing after my initial watch. Oh, I like that. Alec, great chat. Great chat. I think I am more on board with its technical achievements now. I think I am. Because it is a beautiful technical movie. Absolutely beautiful. And, what Fincher was able to do from a cinematography perspective, from a look perspective to the black and white to, I think all the performances, Amanda Seyfried especially, is great. There's something about the plot that I never connected to as much as I wanted to. I still connected to it, but not as much as I wanted to. But I feel like when I rewatch Citizen Kane and then watch that again, I feel like it'll hit me on a different level because it's been a couple years since I've seen Citizen Kane. So I still think Mank is great. I do. But it wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. But technically, I think it's absolutely brilliant. Best on-screen Clark Kent. Oh, Clark Kent, not Superman. Oh, great question. Best on-screen Clark Kent. Well, it's got to be Christopher. It's got to be Christopher. It has to, right? I mean, he was just the perfect combination of awkward. There's something about him that, there's something there that you just don't know exactly what's going on. Not that, I think he's Superman, because he's so awkward, but his chemistry with Lois and just, it's the OG Christopher Reeve for me. But in terms of Superman, it's Henry Cavill. But I think both are spectacular. To me, it's like, you don't have to hate one and love the other. You don't have to love one and hate the other. But if you're asking me favorite Clark Kent, it's got to be Christopher. Why do people hate Hillbilly Elegy? I thought it was amazing. See, I didn't think it was amazing. I didn't love the film. I didn't love the film. But everybody's, saying, well, critics didn't love the movie because of politics, blah, blah. I don't factor in politics. Frankly, I don't care about politics in movies. I don't care. So when you look at the movie Hillbilly Elegy, for me, I just thought it was a bad script. Not a bad script, a poorly executed script. And then I didn't like J.D. Vance. I don't think the actor was very good. And I think you needed to relate to that character just a little bit more. Now, what his family was going through, Amy Adams' character, what she was going through, and obviously Glenn Close was spectacular. That was great, but it all comes down to the writing. I just don't think the writing handled it. I think that source material, and I hate to say it, maybe even with another director or slightly different cast would have made it. But I just didn't love the film, unfortunately. And everybody's like, well, you didn't hate it. Guys, I grew up in the hills of Eastern Kentucky. I have every reason to love this movie. Like, I know people like this, you know? It's just, you got to look at it from the outside, looking on a technical level and from directing and script. So, you know, I didn't love the film, but I don't think it was a disaster. I don't think it's the worst movie of the year. Okay, people have said it's the worst movie of the year. It's not. I watched the Murder of Nicole Brown Simpson. Okay, Hillbilly Elegy is not the worst movie of the year. Not Cats. Artemis Fowl. There you go. There's another one. Songbird. It's not worse than those movies. So, you know, that's just kind of how I feel about it. The Family Stone. You know what's crazy? I've never watched The Family Stone. I was just talking about this with Rachel's Reviews. I think it was someone. I was just talking about this. I've never watched the Family Stone, which is crazy. So that's one that I've already added to my watch list because they were all telling me, Austin, you've got to watch this movie. Never seen it. Good super chat though. I mean, that's one that I've had a lot of people recommend to me is The Family Stone. Have you gotten a chance to see Saint Maud? No, I thought I would. I thought A24 would send screeners out, something like that. Still haven't seen Saint Maud. Still haven't seen it. I don't know what they're doing with the U.S. release date as well. Sometimes A24 release dates, like Under the Silver Lake, you know, they moved it so many times. And I think they're doing the same with Saint Maud, but I've heard really good things. So I can't wait to watch it. Let's see. Thoughts on Mark Foster? Ooh, underrated. I don't know what my favorite Mark Foster movie is. Hang on. Let's go to Letterboxd. Let's type in Mark Foster and see what my favorite Mark Foster movie is. Mark Foster. Let's see. So if I had to choose, that's tough. Gosh, I'll tell you what, guys. Christopher Robin's up there, man. Christopher Robin's up there. I really like Christopher Robin. And I know a lot of people give World War Z heck. I don't hate World War Z. I don't. I think it's fine. I was a big Quantum of Solace guy. I like Finding Neverland quite a bit, though. I've never seen Monsters Ball, and I've never seen The Kite Runner. But Monsters Ball actually looks like a pretty good film. Man, is it Christopher Robin? I like Christopher Robin a lot. I think that's one of the best Disney live action movies. I know it's not technically a remake, even though they're kind of bringing Winnie the Pooh to life again, but I thought Christopher Robin was a great movie. So yeah, Mark Foster. Yeah, listen, that's not a director that I think about all that often, Tyler. But it's a good pull. It's a good pull for sure. He's got some pretty good movies. Is that the one with Ewan McGregor? Yeah, it is. It's a good movie. Oh, who's spamming? Come on, guys. Let's not spam. Sorry, guys. We can't do that. Let's see. Do you watch Mojo? I used to, but they do it's too much for me, man. It's a lot to keep up with, which is probably how my channel is to some, because it's a lot to keep up with. Have you watched John Campea? Yeah, I used to love John Campea. And not that I don't still love John Campea. I just, with all the stuff that I'm watching now, I just don't have time to keep up with a lot of my favorite YouTubers. But he used to be the guy, man. Collider Movie Top with Schnepp, Christian, John Campea, Mark. That was mine, man. That was the one that I would go back to all the time. Loved it. One of my favorite things on YouTube for the longest time. So yeah, I absolutely loved it, guys. We have 20 seconds, so let me go through these real quick. Make sure we don't have any super chats. Go through these and get a couple more on screen. Love the vids, Austin. Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, don't spam. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure we're preventing the spammers here. I've put a couple for a few minutes. The Prom or Mamma Mia? I'd probably go Mamma Mia. Yeah, I'm not a big Mamma Mia guy, like compared to other people, but I thought The Prom was a bit of a misfire in terms of the script. Diving into characters, everybody was pretty surface level, but the music was great. I love the music. Eddie Redmayne for supporting actor. Out of that entire cast of Trial of Chicago 7, which I've got right here, the full screenplay. Thank you, Netflix. Out of that entire cast, I'd say Rylance and Sacha Baron Cohen will get it. I say Rylance and Sacha Baron Cohen with it. Guys, like the video. Thank you. Thank you. Have you seen The Expanse? Yes. I've caught up. and I may have a review for you guys this week for the new season. So we'll see. I need movies to watch. I've watched 8th Grade. Well, let's go. Hey, if you haven't seen from this year, if you haven't seen Possessor, I was just talking to someone who's a big horror fan. Go watch Possessor from this year. I thought that was a pretty solid horror movie. It reminded me of how Upgrade hit me that year when it came out. Very underrated film. Any thoughts on the unique Oscar season this year? Do you think there'll be enough interest in some of the smaller movies that get in there? Oscar season is going to be crazy because there's going to be a lot of films that get in that wouldn't have gotten in otherwise because there would have been more films. So, you promised me, should I do another super chat? Never saw the question, man. They're flying by. So ask it again. I'll be on the lookout, but y'all know it. About 20 at a time. So ask me one more time and I'll get it before we go. Delroy Lindo is for best actor nomination. Yeah, I would say right now it's solid. He's not a lock for me. He's not a lock. So I've got my top 3 locks and not a lock. But I think right now there's a very good chance. I really, really loved him in that film. What is your favorite upcoming Disney Plus show? I'll tell you what, Loki has moved up the ranks. I thought the Loki trailer was awesome. So that's one that I'm really excited for. Moon Knight, man, telling you, Oscar Isaac, I hope he gets confirmed because Moon Knight's going to be great. Love your channel. Thank you so much. Let's see. Ghoul, stop ignoring me. Guys, again, I don't see everything, y'all. I don't see everything. So this is the first time I've seen you. I wish you could see just... I'm trying, man. I'm trying. You got to give me the benefit of the doubt. And with crappy Wi-Fi, it's hard to do all this, man. Let's see. Thoughts on I'm Your Woman. I thought it was okay. I actually saw it a couple months ago at a film festival. Thought it was okay. I reviewed it on Letterboxd. You can find my review. Oh, we're back. Okay, guys. I won't have to end this soon, man. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna have to call Spectrum. I don't know what's going on here. Everybody's like, no. God, reduce to atoms. This is the worst, man. What is going on with this man, Spectrum? They're gonna get a phone call or a strongly written letter from me. This is ridiculous. I want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats before we go, guys. I think we're good. And again, listen, I know we've had a lot of lag, and I know we've had a lot of issues this live stream, but hey, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, for sticking with me, for not leaving during the lagginess. And I got to get this Wi-Fi fixed, man, because this is insane. I've got to start writing my strongly written letter. Spectrum does this job perfectly. They do not. They've actually been bad for quite some time, but this is the first time they've went out and in and out and in. Little Michael Scott right there. I'm not going to say it. That's what do you think Wonder Woman 1984 could get an Oscar nomination? Probably not. I'd love to see it, but probably not. And let's do one more, guys. Let's do one last one so we can get out of here and try to fix this problem. By the way, I do have maybe a few more videos coming out today. If you want to stay tuned to this channel, whether it's the notifications or coming back and leaving this a like, let's see where we're at right now. We're at 56. That is not the goal. We're at 56 likes. Hey, that's okay. For everyone who liked this video today, I appreciate you big time. For everyone who tuned in and asked questions today, I appreciate you. It's a Monday. It's very different. And I I just appreciate you all, giving me the willpower to do this and bring in the questions every single week. It's a very tough thing to do, to ask very different questions, and I feel like I get some phenomenal ones every week. So, big week this week, guys. We have a Soul review. We have a lot of reviews. Possibly, The Expanse within the next couple of days. I'm watching Cobra Kai to bring you guys that review next week, or maybe the week after, whenever it comes out, the 28th. And then the big ones, the big guns, the best videos, the best movies, the best TV shows, the best Netflix series, all coming next week. Best and worst. Paul said we didn't get 100 likes. It's okay, Paul. We tried, man. We tried. But to everyone who stuck around, tuned into this video, come back next Monday. We're not going to do it again next Monday because, again, doing a few little family things here and there on Sundays. Because, for Christmas, it'll just be my wife and I celebrating Christmas together, and our dog, who's in there looking at me right now. But leave your comments, as always, at the main. I'm going to put as many of you guys on screen as I possibly can. Come back next Monday, and I appreciate all of you all for everything that you do for the channel, for the support, whether you're on Patreon or not, for leaving the questions. The super chats today were outrageously good. And I might be seeing y'all later on today if you want to tune into that video. So, all right, guys, throw those questions and those in comments on screen, and let's get it. I have not.